Am I the a-hole for calling my friend's husband a useless piece of crap? My best friend and her husband have 4 kids, 8F, 6F, 4F, and 3F. My friend's husband is a great dad when someone is there to help. When he's alone with all 4 kids, he gets overwhelmed and freezes. A few weeks ago my friend was sick, so I brought over dinner. We thought it was just a bad cold. When we were eating, my friend went to the bathroom and the 3-year-old followed her. 3-year-old came running out saying her mom was throwing up. All of the kids ran to the bathroom, followed by me and my friend's husband. I helped her clean up while her husband went to get her nausea medicine and a thermometer. When he came back, I asked him to get the kids out of the bathroom so she could have some space. After we got the kids out, I took her temp and it came back at almost 104, so I went out to get her some Tylenol and water. I get back and the kids are all in the bathroom again because their dad can't keep them away from the bathroom for 2 minutes. I give her the Tylenol and water and she almost immediately starts to vomit again, then passes out. Her husband just stood there while I was trying to get her into recovery position, get the kids away from her, and call 911. I managed to get all of them out of the bathroom and her husband is coming back every 20 seconds asking if I can call their nanny to help with the kids, if I can go to the hospital with her, did I start the dishwasher or does he need to hand wash the youngest sippy cup, etc. When my friend regained consciousness, he even started asking her how to do bedtime for the little ones. Did she wash their pajamas yet? Did they get screen time that day or can he put on a movie? I told him his wife couldn't hold his hand right now and he just had to figure it out. He told me he's not usually the one that deals with this and he's trying his best, then goes back to asking what stories the kids like, what setting does he put the sound machine on, and how do they like their milk. I just snapped and told him to figure it out on his own and called him a useless piece of crap. It's been nearly a month and he still acts all pissy when I stop by the house. My friend says he'll get over it, but my boyfriend thinks I was unnecessarily rude and he was trying his best. Am I the a-hole for calling him a useless piece of crap when he couldn't handle his own kids while his wife was experiencing a medical emergency? NTA. Wife unconscious, he's asking about bedtime stories and sippy cups. Sometimes harsh truth is needed. Honestly, I think you were too kind. Would he have even called 911 if you weren't there? Or just shaken her awake to ask her why she was slacking off? This dude is not a good dad. He's cosplaying while his wife works herself to serious illness. I bet she hasn't been given any help to recover either. I would be making it my life mission to make this dude miserable and get my friend ready for a divorce. She's already a single mom. Removing him would be a net drop in care work, because she has to parent him as well. OP replies, she spent 3 days in the hospital and her dad stayed at the house for a week to help out and I stopped by whenever I could to check on things so she was able to recover in peace for the most part. NTA. Dad of 2 boys under age of 9 and nothing pisses me off more than lazy, uninvolved dads. It's not rocket science, it's freaking bedtime. AMD, it's appalling he knows nothing about the bedtime routine. Those are some of my best times/memories with my boys. Next story. Am I the a-hole by telling my spouse what I don't want to receive on my birthday? My 40-ish'm birthday is coming up. My spouse, 50-ish'm, has a habit of surprising me with something on my birthday, which is nice of course. But, in the past years he has gifted me board games and statues of my favorite comic book character, while I explicitly told him I do not want either of those things. Reasons: we have plenty of games we still have to play and we're running out of space to display the figurines. Last year he gifted me a figurine anyway. It was a nice figurine and I liked it, however I also told him I'd rather had gotten something else instead. Today he asked me what I thought about a specific board game he thinks I will like to get for my birthday. I told him I don't want it. It's a board game I'm not interested in and I just don't want any more board games. He's angry now and calling me very ungrateful and impossible to find gifts for. He's done with this crap. He told me I should just make a groceries list with stuff I want then. I do have a wish list, by the way. So am I the a-hole? NTA, your partner asked if you'd like a specific board game for your birthday and you said no. Why did he bother to ask if he was going to flip his lid if you didn't want it? It sounds like they're in a gift rut. When the dust settles, suggest other things you're interested in to give him a little direction. OP replies, he thinks it the perfect gift for me and he goes out of his way to find something that ticks all the boxes. And you know what, it's indeed be a board game that could potentially be very up my alley. I just don't want it? Next story. Am I the a-hole for demanding my friend replace a hand-painted, signed copy of the Song of Achilles my late boyfriend gave me? My boyfriend passed away about a year ago, and before he died he gave me this custom book of the Song of Achilles as a birthday gift. It has hand-painted edges from an Etsy artist, and was signed by the author. He even wrote a note to me inside the cover. My friend Elle knew all of this. She'd been asking to borrow it for months and I finally said yes because I didn't want to seem rude. I originally recommended she maybe buy her own book, but she got upset saying I know she's unemployed and she can't afford to do that. For reference, she will not sign up for a library card because she does not have a driver's license to get herself there. After she kept begging, I got tired of it and told her it was sentimental and to please be careful with it. When she gave it back, the cover had a faint coffee ring and she annotated the entire thing in bright purple pen. Not smart or meaningful notes either, it was more like random paragraphs about her ex, doodles, underlines, and random notes like "This part reminds me of me and Jason lol." She also dog-eared multiple pages. I understand wanting to annotate a book, but I just don't think it's okay with a book someone else is letting you borrow. She also kept the book in the bottom of her bag where it was really beat up. I told her she ruined it, and she laughed and told me it's just a book. She said she made it more special because it had notes from a friend and now it looks like it's actually been read, and that my boyfriend would have loved how passionate she was about it. He was studying for an English degree. I told her that was completely out of line and that I wanted her to replace it. She snapped back that I was being selfish and I only wanted money. She said the book is fine and I can still read it. I said I didn't care about money, I just wanted her to take responsibility or at least try to replace it. She said that it wasn't even available anymore and told me to let it go. Now some mutual friends are saying I overreacted and that I'm projecting my grief. Am I the a-hole for asking her to replace it or at least admit she messed up? Update: thank you everyone for your advice and comments. While I may not be the a-hole, I am the dumb for letting her borrow my book. Unfortunately, I learned my lesson and I see not everyone always has kind intentions. Thank you. I'm going one further and say she did it on purpose. She knew exactly how much it meant to you and she begged to borrow it with the intention of ruining it. This person is not your friend. I'm gonna be so for real, if someone damaged a sentimental book of mine and said they made it more special because it had notes from a friend, I would tell them they were being real presumptuous by calling themselves my friend. NTA. In your position, she would honestly be dead to me. Next story. Am I the a-hole for getting a hotel after spending one night at a friend's house? Back in March, my two friends, a married couple, invited me, my best friend, and another mutual friend to stay at their house for an event they were hosting this October. Me and my best friend wanted to get a hotel because we thought it would be more comfortable, but the hosts insisted that we stay at their home. They said they would have plenty of space and really wanted us to stay with them. We went back and forth about it for a while, but eventually we agreed to stay at their house. My best friend and I drove 14 hours to their house only to find out the sleeping accommodations were an air mattress that felt like you were sleeping on wood, and a futon laying on top of a metal slat bed frame with no support. I slept on the futon with the mutual friend and my best friend slept on the air mattress. We all slept horribly and were in so much pain in the morning. That night, my best friend and I ended up booking a hotel and told the hosts we were staying there for the rest of the trip. The hosts were expectedly disappointed, but we were pretty upset that they insisted we stay with them when we made it clear we value comfort and were prepared to book a hotel in advance. AITA for not sticking it out for the remainder of the trip at their house? NTA. I tell everyone I'm in the memory foam stage of my life now. My days of sleeping on a half-inflated air mattress under a dining room table are over. NTA. Insisting that you stay at their place while not providing adequate sleeping accommodation is not being hospitable. Next story. Am I the a-hole, 42M, for refusing to keep helping my 87M neighbor, even though my mom, 70F, and half my family say I'm being heartless? I, 42M, live next door to Bill, 87M. He's been my neighbor for about 15 years, and for the past 2 I've been helping him out a lot: groceries, rides to appointments, fixing small things around his house. Here's the problem: Bill has started treating me like his personal caretaker. He calls at random hours for stuff that isn't urgent, like moving his couch or resetting his router. Last month, he called me during my work meeting because he couldn't figure out his thermostat. I told him I can't always drop everything, and he blew up, saying younger people owe the elderly their time. Now here's where the drama escalates. My mom, 70F, says I should keep helping because someday you'll be old and hope someone helps you. My sister, 39F, told me I was cruel for setting boundaries. My brother, 44M, says Bill is manipulative and I need to stop. My wife, 40F, is furious because I keep missing dinners and family time to deal with Bill. My cousin, 36M, actually sided with Bill, and told me I was selfish because I don't have kids at home anymore, so I have more free time. I don't am literally a nurse in their 40s. My friend, 41M, says I should call social services or a senior support group instead of trying to do it all. So now it's me against half my family plus Bill. Mom and my sister think I'm abandoning an old man who is no one else. My wife and brother are on my side that Bill is taking advantage. Cousin keeps guilt-tripping me. I feel like I'm stuck if I keep helping, I'm drained and my marriage suffers. If I stop, I'm the cold neighbor who turned his back on an old man. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for refusing to keep being my 87M neighbor's on-call helper, even though my family is pressuring me to cave in? Stop trying to please everyone. And every time Bill calls, tell him that ex-family member is more than happy to help out, and give him their numbers. And yes, prioritize your wife. Don't let Bill drive you to divorce just so he can cannibalize all your time. For God's sake. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to lend out my dress to stranger? I, 29F, pre-ordered a summer dress in Jan/February from an independent designer, 20-ish F, online in another country. She accepted around 20 orders at that time and welcomed my minor alternation for the design. I paid in full upfront. It was expected to be done around August as mine had more deviation from the original. So in my head, it is more of custom design. I asked for update in August and she said it will be ready in 2 weeks, around September. I had no issue with the delay since I knew it was handmade slowly. Afterwards I saw her posted my dress in September, I can recognize from the color and the design, but no update on shipment. I thought maybe it wasn't ready. Then today 7 October she posted a video of her being interviewed and put my dress on someone else for photographing. I emailed her about the dress and she told me it was ready but she decided for it to be featured in the interview before posting to me. I am quite upset about the lack of consent. My thought is, it is her creation, design as much as it is my property. It is not some dress on the rack in H&M. I paid for it in full before it was even made. I didn't pay to dress someone else up. I paid to wear it myself. Why would I share wardrobe with strangers? If it was a friend/family I would have no problem sharing. But I do not know the interviewer, who wore the dress. I do not benefit from this at all. The only thing I got is delay. The lack of consent made me feel uncomfortable and disrespected as someone who supported her with actual money and actions. The risk of someone else staining, damaging the dress is small but does exist. Do you think I own the dress? Am I the a-hole who think just because I paid I owned it all? Or do I only own it after it is shipped? Do I process the right to say no if she'd asked beforehand? What are you thought? NTA. Once you paid in full for a made-to-order item, that specific dress stopped being her property. It's not like borrowing a sample off a rack, it was a commission piece. She absolutely should have asked before putting it on someone else, even for marketing. Honestly, I think I'd be okay with it if it wasn't already 2 months past the promised date. Like I get you gotta advertise your work and you have to do that with someone's clothes, but she made you wait even longer for a dress you were supposed to have in summer while it's well into fall because she decided to use your dress without permission. NTA. I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure like, comment, share and subscribe the channel our posts.